Have you ever heard of Cieszyn? Cieszyn is a border town in southern Poland on the east bank of the Olza River and the administrative seat of Cieszyn County, Silesian Voivodeship. Hello, this is Lucy. Make sure that you are subscribed. You really don't wanna miss new travels around the world. In 1920, Cieszyn Silesia was divided between the two newly created states of Poland and Czechoslovakia, with the smaller western suburbs of Cieszyn becoming part of Czechoslovakia as a new town called Cesky Tesin. The larger part of the town joined Poland as Cieszyn. 3 bridges connect the twin towns. After Poland and the Czech Republic joined the European Union and its passport-free Schengen zone, border controls were abolished and residents of both the Polish and Czech part could move freely across the border. The combined population of Polish and Czech parts of the city is 61,000 inhabitants. Cieszyn is the southern terminus of the Polish National Road leading to Gdańsk on the Baltic coast. These days, Cieszyn is one of the oldest towns in Poland, with long and rich history. It dates back to 10th century. From the end of 13th century till mid-17th century, it used to be the capital of Duchy of Cieszyn. In 1920, the town was divided, as we already know, to Cieszyn and Cesky Tesin. Most of the important historical buildings stayed on the Polish side, including the 11th century Rotunda that can be seen on 20 Polish złoty bill. But while Cieszyn is full of monuments and great examples of Austro-Hungarian architecture, the Czech side isn't boring either. When the city was divided, Cesky Tesin was just a suburb and had to develop quickly. It resulted in the amazing 1920s modern architecture that can be found just across Olza River. From Plac Dominikański, Dominican Square, you can go under the arcade of Ratuszowa Street in order to get to Rynek, the market square. Of course, the main building there is Ratusz, Town Hall Rynek. The building of the Cieszyn Town Hall was erected in 1496 when Cieszyn Prince Kazimierz II sold 2 houses to the town, which were later destroyed. Till today, only the tower remains. The late Classicist facade with Tuscan colonnade and a triangular fronton with the arms of the town was erected in 1846 after another fire. In the very beginning of its existence, Ratush or the town hall was linked on its side to the right with town butchers' stalls. At the end of the 18th century, they were remodeled into the National Starosta flat and the police guardhouse. A two-story late Baroque building was erected, covered with a mansard roof, and joined the main body of the town hall by means of an arcade over Rzeźnicza Street, today Ratuszowa. In 1869, another floor, the second floor, was added, thus gaining additional rooms of the Cieszyn district court. The Well of the Three Brothers refers to the legend about the founding of the city in 810. In the 14th century, it belonged to the Dominican order. Then, until 19th century, the brewer drew water from the well. A cast iron arbor over the well appeared in 1868, and texts of the legend about the founding of the city of Cieszyn appeared on the walls in three languages: Latin, Polish, and German. Góra Zamkowa in Cieszyn, also known as Castle Hill, a small hill with steep slopes located in the Silesian foothills in the center of the city of Cieszyn. In the fork of the rivers Olza in the south and Bobrówka in the north, right next to the border with the Czech Republic. On the hill there is a number of historic buildings, including the 11th century rotunda and a romantic park with many natural monuments. Due to its good defensive properties, the hill has been inhabited since ancient times. Permanent settlement appeared on the hill in the 10th century, which was related to the destruction of the nearby stronghold called Stary Cieszyn. The settlement of Góra Zamkowa probably served as a backup for the reconstructed settlement, but soon gained importance itself, as in the 10th century it was transformed into a fortified settlement. Archaeological research shows that the stronghold grew rapidly and in a short time took over the functions of the settlement in Stary Cieszyn, which was finally abandoned at the turn of the 11th and 20th centuries. It can be therefore be said that the stronghold of Góra Zamkowa was the direct origin of today's Cieszyn. The rotunda was erected within the walls of the castle Wlen stronghold and the top of the castle mount. The stronghold was built between the 10th century and the first half of the 11th century. In the 1950s, researchers believed that the rotunda was built during the first half of the 11th century. However, recent research indicates that its construction date might be as late as 1180. After the end of World War II, the temple became a tourist attraction. After the resacralization of the rotunda, a religious service was held there on December 6, 1997, the first one in 50 years. The rotunda is built of flat limestone chops that create an internal and external front with circular layout with a semicircular and oriented apse. The space between the fronts is filled with rubble and crushed stone joined by lime mortar. A circular nave is covered by a dome made of concentrically arranged stones. The apse is covered by a semi-dome. In the north part of the nave, there are one-way stairs leading to the gallery, a balcony supported by columns and semi-columns, located from the western side, placed in a wall that is spot in 1.75 meters thick. The first written mention of Cieszyn is from 1155, when a castle called Cieszyn was mentioned in a deed of Pope Adrian IV. In 1290, the settlement was first referred to a town. The area was originally a small western suburb of the town of Cieszyn, the time known under its German name Tesin, in the Duchy of Cieszyn with Cieszyn Silesia of Austro-Hungary. Cieszyn was known for its national and cultural diversity, consisting mostly of German, Polish, Jewish, and Czech communities. In 1849, the western part of Cieszyn was home to only 15% of the town's total population. In 1880, 24%, and in 1910, 33%. There was also a small but lively Hungarian community in the town, mostly officers and administrative workers. There is 6 church buildings in the town. The oldest is the Neo-Gothic Catholic Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, built by architect Ludwig Cesky in 1893-1894. After the division of Cieszyn in 1920, there were no Lutheran churches in Cesky Tesin. In 1927, the local German population built a Lutheran church in the town, and in 1932, the second Lutheran church was built. The Church of Evangelical Church of Czech Brethren was constructed in 1929. In 1928-1929, the Jewish community built a new synagogue on Breitegas Street, which is today the only synagogue in the town which still stands. It was the only synagogue not destroyed by Nazis due to its proximity to other residential buildings. In 1967, the building was bought by the Polish Cultural and Educational Union. It is not protected as a cultural monument. Together with the fragment of the Jewish cemetery, which was established in 1926, it's the only Jewish monument in the town. The railway station was built in Neo-Renaissance style in 1889 and belongs to the most valuable railway station buildings to the country. The town hall is a landmark of the town square. The 54 meters long building was built in 1928. Cesky Tesin is home to the Museum of Cieszyn Silesia, founded in 1948.